Welcome back, Diamonds. Now, we have two wonderful guests joining me tonight. These ladies are chiming in all the way from North Carolina and South Carolina. Okay, the Carolinas, yes. My first guest is a lady I call Coach from South Carolina. Let's show her some love. Okay, Air Force Mom, Miss Beth Williamson.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. Now, honey, this is all about you and that young man that's behind you. So guess what? You family, honey. We're going to make this thing happen. My second guest is from North Carolina, Chica. That's what I call her, who knows how to keep her children in check, boo. Yes. And always has her body on point. I follow her on social media. Hunter, she always doing that twist. Let's show her some love. Army Mom, Miss Tamika Hardy.
Yes. A pleasure to be here. How are you guys today?
Great. Now, ladies, you both are here, and I will ensure you tell me, Bronze Beauties, what they need to know about you and all your experiences on the fact that we have all served. South Carolina, spotlight's on you, honey. Tell us about yourself, lady. Exactly who you are and who you are proudly supporting.
I'm a mom of two, and I'm proudly supporting my son, Richard Kyle Williamson. He just enlisted in the Air Force officially.
A recent Air Force enlistee. That's what I'm talking about. So Kyle is Air Force. Is this a branch he's always wanted to join?
Yes, on there. He's wanted to be in the military since he was in middle school.
Oh, wow. So something he's always wanted to do.
Yes, he did 4 years of ROTC and loved it.
Okay, so he was already ready. ROTC, honey. He was ready to roll.
He rolled with the Raiders teams. He liked to pull the Humvees and do the push-ups and the pull-ups and all that stuff. He liked the physical part.
I know that's right. So North Carolina, we need for you to introduce yourself, Chica, who you are and who you are proudly serving.
My name is Tamika Hardy. I'm from Roxabelle, North Carolina, currently stationed here in Fort Bragg, North Carolina. I'm a single mom of 3 beautiful children. My oldest son is 20, and I'm repping everything. He's serving in the United States military. He's been in for 2 years now, and it has been a journey, but I'm so proud of him.
He is still a newlywed. Now,
Yes.
I had an opportunity to look at your bio, and you spoke about the health of RJ and how you're gonna give us a little bit on, I'm gonna say, RJ's departure prior to him departing off to the military.
Okay. When he was in the 12th grade, and so education to me is very important. So I told my son, I said, it's going to be 2 things, books or boots. So which one is it going to be?
Boots or books? Okay.
Books or boots. So RJ is not the type. He didn't want to go to college. So I was like, if you don't want to go to college, you're going to have to join the military. RJ was like 260 some pounds. So RJ knew he was out of shape. I mean, he couldn't even walk from here to upstairs without giving out of breath. So what I did in the 8 months prior to him graduating high school, I took the initiative to get him up every morning at 5 o'clock. We ran in the neighborhood. I stopped buying honey buns, sodas, and sweets and stuff like that. Started making him eat healthy. I also took him to the gym when I actually got off work in the afternoon and worked out with him. We worked out for 2 hours almost every day, even on the weekend. And so I'll say about 6.5, 7 months, he lost close to about over 50 some pounds.
Wow.
And it took us like about 3 or 4 times. He had already done passed the ASVAB twice. The first time he scored really high. Then the second time he scored even higher. But the thing was, he was overweighted. So he really couldn't get in the military because he couldn't meet the, what do you call it, the tape.
Tape
So
test.
after trying 4 times, the fourth time he actually met the tape. And that's when he actually signed up
Well, you
for the
know, they
military.
say a blessing delayed is not a blessing denied. And on top of that, if he was
Mhm.
that young, giving out a breath that soon, you know, that not only was that for the sake of the military, it's also for the sake of his health. And, you know,
That's
bronze
true.
is real big, and so is all of us when it comes to healthy lifestyle. But my thing is, I can relate to that because I actually went down to Amarillo and signed up, and they sent me back for 3 pounds. I didn't pass the tape test. And I was just so upset, crying all the way back home. And I said, when I get back home, I'm just gonna starve to death. But I wanted to get into the military and I couldn't understand why I was not passing the tape test. So I can relate to that. When I went back home, honey, I put it all in. So
Yes.
hey, so I can relate to that. Now, Beth, when it came to Kyle, so you say he's been doing this now sometime. He started way back in middle school. So did he
Yes,
have any
ma'am.
issues as far as testing, anything as far as
Um,
health issues, anything of the sort?
no, he's always been pretty healthy and all. It was funny because the way it really started out is he wanted to play football his freshman year. And I told him, I said, I'll make you a deal. You play football, but you're going to also do ROTC because his sister did ROTC for 4 years
Oh, you got two of
and
them,
liked
huh?
it on there. So he said, okay. And then he ended up dropping out of football and doing ROTC because he ended up loving
So they say a
Okay.
mama knows best. You know
it.
that.
But
Both of y'all.
he had no health issues whatsoever. He's been pretty athletic on there. So
I got to give you both girls the coup because, honey, y'all are doing it when it comes to getting these babies to do what needed to be done to get into this military. So I tell you. So North Carolina, RJ's departure, how did it affect you then versus now?
RJ's my first kid. So the first child leaving the nest, it was really, really hard for me. But like I said, I'm a single mom, and I did not want to lose my son to gang banging and anything else. And I always want my children to be successful. So with that being said, it was really hard for me. I think it was for me than for him the first 2 years. It's been about 2 years now, about 2 years. I just really let go. And it's been a journey. We talk every day. And I mean, I'm so proud of him. We talk every day. We don't miss a beat. But he's enjoying this thing called life, and he's enjoying the military life. So that's all that matters. He's happy and I'm happy and he's doing good. He has good NCOs, by his side. And I'm thankful and I'm grateful for that.
Okay. So
Mhm.
South Carolina. Now Kyle's departure, considering he is a recent grad from high school and he has spent some time in ROTC, did that prepare you for this departure?
no, I still have emotional breakdowns. But no, it's very hard. He's my youngest, but it's still very hard. We ended up
Yes.
having a really close relationship. So on there. So it made it even harder. But I support him on what he's doing. This is what he wanted, and we talked about it, and he seems to be happy so far.
And so he's the youngest. And so I also see he has a sister that
Yes,
had
ma'am.
similar ideas. So is his sister not going into the military? How did those changes come about,
No,
considering that they both went to
she's.
RTC together?
Um, it was funny because she was his wing commander and over him for several years there, and he'd always come home holler, "Mom, Mom, she's picking on me." She said my uniform wasn't right or something. So it was always funny with those two. But she decided it's just not for her on there, and she's going into the medical field. on
Oh,
there,
okay. Okay.
and
Look at
he
that. Okay.
decided that this is for him. So,
So they made
but
the
he's
decision.
happy, and
I
that's
know
all that
that's right.
matters.
So his happiness. I know we're having a few technical issues. Again, this is a virtual taping. Everybody knows that. But as long as they are happy, you both are happy.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, I tell you what. I think I already asked you, but North Carolina. I was really asking you, how did RJ get started, and you basically told me the journey, how everything got started. But the thing that I want to definitely give you ladies something for is y'all starting this out together. And again, like I said, didn't even realize that what he was going through not only was affecting his health, it also encouraged the things that you two got up to do. Whether it was getting them into the military, standing by the side, they needed that support. And that enhances both of your health, so to speak. Because like I say, we want our children to be happy. We don't want our children to be out there in the streets. You don't want to be doing things like I said, gang banging and all that. We don't want all of that. And it doesn't matter who you are. Boys tend to get into things a little bit different than what girls do. And so, I feel like they definitely went to the right place. So RJ has been in for 2 years. And Beth, how long has Kyle been? Oh, excuse me, South Carolina. How long has Kyle been in?
He's been in, I would say, maybe a couple of weeks to a month.
Oh, he is
right now on there. So he's adjusting. He's adjusting. The only he has no regrets. The only regret he has is this vaccine that's going around that they're mandating. He is opposed to it, but the military is making it hard. They will not do religious exemptions or anything.
And we're going to get into that when we get into our next segment. But I tell you what, guys, it's about time for us to take a quick commercial break. But when we return, by request, North Carolina, RJ, I Win by Marvin Sapp.
It's clear, you wasn't no good. Hide behind sheets in them woods. I have you running like Hitler, lost in the wrong hood.
We're back now. South Carolina, spotlight's on you, boo. Kyle is young, even when he started his journey. Okay. Define your relationship with Kyle as far as his decision prior to his journey.
Of course, we had our differences. He's a typical teenage boy. They think they know it all on there. But, as he got older, and I think ROTC helped him a lot to prepare him and to bring structure in his life on there. So I think he needed that. He needed that ROTC to help him, to get him where he is today on there. He has been successful. He's done 2 years. 2 years he did CLC down at the Citadel. So we all know when you go to the Citadel for a week, they work you out there. His second time he was at CLC, he got a trophy for being the best flight commander there.
Okay.
So he's done very well, and he's very proud of what he's accomplished and has no regrets.
And so, but you talk about this closeness, this relationship that you two have prior to him departing, and prior to him being there now. Like I said, it's only been a couple of weeks.
Yeah, it came closer to the time for him, closer as he was getting ready to leave, is when we started getting closer on there. He would come to me and talk to me about things and ask me for opinions and just tell me this is what he wants. And we would talk about it. We went out for, we would have our little lunch dates and stuff like that so that we could, spend some time together before he left. So that's what makes it harder.
And this is the very beginning, so I'm sure North Carolina can give you a little bit more scoop about that, because she's got 2 years on the both of us, because Alonzo just left in January.
She's got a lot of years.
Okay, yeah. So you're recent. Alonzo just left in January, then here in North Carolina's got 2 years on her. So she gonna definitely give us the scoop. When it comes to her time, she gonna let us know how to get through this. Because like you say, the relationships that we had prior to them leaving, I'm gonna go ahead and speak since you got, we got an old school over here that's gonna give us a scoop in a minute. But see, a mother's love is very, very important. Actually, what happened to us is I met Alonzo about 2 years ago. I've been married now for 2 years. And the first thing he says to me is, well, I go back to his father, can you please help? Because my son wants to go to the Marines and I don't want him to go to the Marines. Mm-hmm. And I felt very, very privileged, I would say, not being the biological mother, that I get to allow someone to assist in making a decision. So me and Alonzo sit down and we talk. I said, well, if dad is saying no to the Marine, you got 3 other branches. It's either Army, Air Force, or Navy. Oh, I can't be doing that Air Force because I don't want to be flying. I ain't never done that, so I don't think I could do that. Then he didn't want to do the Army. He thought it was a little bit too tough. I said, you got to man up. You got to pick one. He said, well, I love to swim. I don't really know how to swim. I said, Jesus Christ, you want to go to the military? What in the world are we going to do? So he goes and he joins the Navy. And I still think his mindset was about the Marines. But like you say, it had to be one or the other because he was going to go regardless. And so I supported him, got him through. I was the one that went and got the ASVAB book for dummies. I still got it. Just making sure that he was ready for the military. And it was still difficult when he was getting ready. And the day that he actually left, I was sitting here at the computer because I work from home and pretty much had to say my goodbye here because I had just got started. I just started my at-home job in January, basically the same week that he was leaving. And so that was difficult for me. So, I mean, for the both of you, just know they are dependent on us to be strong and to stay strong. And so that's the most important thing. So North Carolina, I saw where you and RJ actually did the beginning of his journey together. So I'm sure this is a bond that can never be broken. Talk to us, lady.
So when RJ first left, when I took him down to MEPS, well, we always spend quality time together. When RJ first left and I dropped him off at MEPS, I was tore up. I had to sit there for probably about 20, 30 minutes before I could actually get myself together. Because this is my first time that my son he's leaving home and, he's going on his new journey. I was proud of him, yes. But this is his first time my son has ever, left home, left the nest. So I was happy to hear from him when he got to his destination. Then after his destination, only thing I could do is just pray. I just pray. It was really hard for me. And Beth, I can honestly say it was hard for me. Ladies, when I say it was really hard for me, like I said, this was my first child leaving home. And you're so used to your kids being in the house by 10 o'clock. So, I will wake up and I would actually walk around at night like, oh my God, where's RJ at? Or either I'll actually look at my phone like he haven't called. And I'm like, oh my God, RJ is in the military. He's in basic. I really had to adjust. And it took me a while. It took me probably about two or 3 months. But then actually when he graduated from basic, I was so happy to see him. I never went a day without seeing my son. So that took a toll on me too. And I know that took a toll on him as well. Not so much as not being at home, but just being away from your family. It was a lot. And when I tell you I was on my knees for a long period of time, every night praying that he's okay. Did he get something to eat? Is he's doing his exercise, the correct way? Every little simple thing. I would actually go to work and talk to other moms and stuff. Well, yeah, he's going to be okay. And it was really a journey for me. But now, after 2 years, ladies, I can honestly say that it's getting better. And it's been 2 years. It's getting better because, we still talk every day. And I know he's okay. He's out, serving his country. He's meeting new people. He's doing different things. And, when you're so used to having your child at home, and when it's time for them to actually leave the nest, like really leave the nest, it's like, what have I done? Should I tell them to come back home? You can come back home if you don't like it. No. Yeah, so that was my journey. So I can honestly tell you guys, prayer and just staying focused. And, I actually start working out more. I had to keep my mind occupied because I would actually go in his room and I would actually sit in RJ's room and just be like, I wonder what he's doing. Is he doing what he's supposed to do? And I know, you're not supposed to stress, but it was a journey for me. But just like right now, we talk every day. I do group texts with all of my children. I have an 18-year-old daughter as well, and this is her first year in college.
Oh, wow.
And it's better for me now because the second child done left the nest, but the first one, it was really, really hard for me. It was hard. So I was much better when Nolia left the nest, and this is her first year in college. So we have like a little group text that we do every morning. Good morning, guys. I give my kids I always give them like inspiration, talk and stuff through text message. Even my 8-year-old, I want you to do good in school. Listen to your teacher. And then like before I go to bed at night. So that's something that really, really eased my mind. I tell my children I love them, say your prayers, and I'm okay. I can actually lay down and go to sleep now.
See,
that was my journey.
I want to go back and reiterate on something before we do take a break. Boots or books is a term I actually told my new son, believe it or not. I think I saw that on one of your posts recently. And I told him this, and I said, now a new son of 2 years, which we met. And he said for him that college was not for me. That's basically how he made this decision. And so, excuse me. And so I can truly say that there's a term that I am going to ensure that I pass on to new people that I mentor. My journey is with the Boys and Girls Club, and I'm going to make sure that I let them know as well how important it is to make a decision, whether it's college or whether it's military. We're going to go ahead and do this thing. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to wrap this thing up. We're going to take a quick commercial break. I want y'all to sit back and listen to a special request by South Carolina and by Kyle, Fly Like an Eagle. All right, now, welcome back, beauties. Welcome back. Now, South Carolina, what do you think Kyle would like for you to do as he journeys his lifestyle in the Air Force for you to pass time? Now, North Carolina kind of told us what she does to pass time. This one's for you.
Yeah, he wants me to keep busy, but it's hard. It's really hard to keep busy. Because everywhere you go, you just think about them. So,
and I know this is difficult for you, so.
Yeah, I try to keep busy as much as possible on there, but you still worry about them.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to as a mother. And North Carolina, what you're going to do is, I know this is not going to be easy for any of us ladies.
I just want to reach out and hug you, Beth.
Go ahead, y'all give each other a virtual hug. Go right ahead and do it, honey.
I know it's hard.
This was meant to be for us to come together. Trust me, I knew what I was doing. It was brought into my spirit. So I may go off the record a little bit here. But it was brought into my spirit to bring you three on here. All of us three come together. Because again, like I said, that may not be my biological son. But whatever that we've put into these boys to let them see, that's our way of supporting them. They're going to always remember the beginning when we first started it, the middle, and where they are now. And we're going to have to stick together and be strong. You got a whole lot of military mothers out there, whole lot of military fathers, Whole lot of sisters and brothers that's experiencing this. But we're gonna get through this thing. We're gonna get through this thing together. See, like unlike yourself, Tamika, North Carolina, we didn't get to go to the graduation. Okay. The graduation came around, and honey, I had been waiting on this forever. I want to be shouting and screaming and you name it. And because of COVID, there was no graduation. Right. We had to watch it. But when that day came and I received the link, we're watching it on the, on the computer and was like, there he go, there he is. So, I mean, I'm trying to tell you, to me, again, I'm journeying off this a little bit. The relationship that we have had together, the little time that we spent, I don't know what to tell you. I'm almost lost for words myself. But we're going to try to move it on just a little bit more. Ladies, do you want your men, boys to men, to retire from this journey in the military? Go ahead, North Carolina.
Says that's what he plans to do.
Whichever one, go right ahead.
Go ahead, Beth.
That's what my son's plans are to do on there. Mm-hmm. He plans to make this his career and retire from it and then get a civilian job if need be.
But he's in there to stay, huh? Raising that hand to stay.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. So far, he is.
So they say, again, I tell you, when they leave as babies, they come back as men. Okay? Yes. And what did RJ say as far as staying in? What's his journey?
I guess with this vaccine stuff that's going on, he's pretty much having a change of heart.
Okay.
But, we're going to continue to keep him in prayer. We're going to continue to pray about this vaccine. And we're just going to trust in God. That's the only thing that we can do, actually trust in God. I'm a Christian, and I will say this. I'm a firm believer to put God first, and everything else is going to follow. So with that being said, with this vaccine, I really don't know. Because my son, he's the type that, and which we know that you're in the military, you have to take a lot of vaccines and stuff like this. But I think this is something that's taking a little toll on him, especially with everything that's surrounding him. And then with different scenarios and with different issues and stuff that people are having with this vaccine. Or either they have to take the vaccine. So I don't know. Like I said, we're just going to put God first. We're going to continue to keep praying about it. We're going to put God first, and everything else is going to follow.
So are they telling you that he has to take the vaccine in order to stay in?
Yes.
Okay. So yes. Beth, what are your feelings and your thoughts on that? Hot topic, boo. Hot topic.
Me and my son weren't happy at all about it. We were really sad about it because we feel like our beliefs and all are being thrown out. This vaccine is totally different from all these other vaccines out there. This one's scarier, to be quite honest. With all the information that I've done and research, I am scared to death for my son. And all I know is, God help him if something happens to my son, because I will wreak havoc on him. But this vaccine is totally different. It is not approved. When you've got them saying that they want all government and they want everybody that has 100 employees or more to get it, there's no exception. You don't know, your body. You know what your body can take. And not everybody can take this vaccine. There's stuff in there. I mean, I can't take the flu shot on there. So I know if I take this, what's going to happen to me? My son's already called me and told me, he said, and what made it worse is the fact that he told me, he said, Mom, he said, I'm probably going to have to take it. They're not making it easy for me. They won't accept my religious exemption because he has his beliefs as to why he doesn't want it. And he told me, he said, Mom, if something happens to me, he said, I've got everything taken care of. And that's not something a mother of an 18-year-old wants to hear from their child on there. To me, it should be a choice. It should not be forced on people on there. And I am going gung-ho on this vaccine issue of mandating it and making people take it. They should not, because there's people out there that can't take it and it's killing them on there. And I worry every night, every day about my son, if he's going to come home or not, and how he's going to come home.
Well, I'm going to say something to you, ladies.
I will continue to fight.
Okay. I'm going to say something to you. As far as the vaccine is concerned, I don't deter, I don't agree, I don't disagree. But I will tell you that my son has taken the vaccine. Mm-hmm. And North Carolina, go ahead.
I just want to say to you ladies as well, regarding the vaccine. I work at a doctor's office, and with the 3 vaccines that's out, the one vaccine that has been FDA approved, which I feel a little bit better about it, because actually I was sitting in the bathroom crying when my son told me that it's going to be mandated for them to have to take that shot. So I couldn't even make it out to my truck to sit there, and to talk to him. So I was actually in the bathroom stall. One of the doctors came in the stall, and, she was talking to me about the vaccine, which I really didn't have a whole lot of knowledge like I have now of the vaccine. Pfizer is FDA approved. That's the only one. Beth, I will tell you, that's the only one. If your son do decide to get the shot, that's the only one that I will recommend. The Pfizer. The other 2
has no choice.
Not, yes, ma'am. The other 2 are not FDA approved. And from my understanding, the last couple of weeks, I have been seeing people actually get the Pfizer shot. They haven't had any issues. The other shots, some of our providers was out that took different shots. Some of them was out. I'm not going to really elaborate so much on that. But I can honestly say and I told my son, if he has to get the shot, I want him to get the Pfizer because it's FDA approved. That's like the only one. The other 2 are not. And from my understanding, a lot of the individuals that didn't take the Pfizer, they're getting the COVID. They're getting the COVID, like, even though they got the shot, but not with the Pfizer. From my understanding from right now, and I work in the doctor's office, and I see people coming in every day. Oh, well, if they're positive, oh yeah, I did have the COVID. Well, which shot did you take? I took the Johnson & Johnson. I took the Moderna. I don't see a whole lot of issues with that, with the Pfizer. So that's what I told my son. I said, they have the label and everything. And I don't know which shot they're going to make them take, which COVID shot they're going to make them take. But I did.
I want to tell you something, North Carolina. Okay, because we gotta wrap this segment up. But I just want y'all to know we'll come back into it as soon as we get back. We'll come back to this after a quick commercial break.
Okay.
Well, in the dark, so I lost all my friends, and in the end, all I had was you.
You want that white horse? I'm not Cinderella. You're not my Prince Charming. There is no forever.
All right. Now we are back. Now we were getting a little hot onto that vaccine. We're gonna make sure we continue that. But just so you know, before we go into that, remember, anytime you want to be heard, you just give me a call, honey. Anytime, 407-476-9059. Again, that's 407-476-9059. All you gotta do is state your name, where you're originally from, any question that you have for Bronze, honey. Remember, my light is always on. So, ladies, we're going to just get right back off into that before we wrap this thing up when it comes to the vaccine, because I wanted to share something with you both. So my son did take the vaccine. It was mandated, and he chose the Moderna. The results was not as we expected. So I'm going to say on my behalf, I recently have been vaccinated in June. I've received both vaccines. I took the Pfizer. Okay. After praying about it, making my decision, nothing has happened to me. Praise the Lord. I've had COVID. I had it last June. But this June, I made a decision to take the vaccine. I took the Pfizer. I did not get sick. Nothing was hurting. And I am fine. So if it's something to kind of ease your mind that has to be mandated, suggest that they take the Pfizer if it's something that they have to do. Because like I said, I'm not against it. I'm not for it because I'm not, one to want to get into a big ruckus about the vaccine, but I've taken it. And guess what? June, I'm still here. No problems at all. So Pfizer is, for me, is the way to go. And again, we won't get off into it, but when the COVID and stuff start hitting the family, it hits home, we start losing friends and loved ones, I'm glad I got vaccinated. And my husband just got vaccinated on this past Monday. So
I'm going tomorrow.
So you're going tomorrow? Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
I'm going to go tomorrow.
Like I said, it is your decision. Like I said, it's been hitting home here lately. And so, but I'm saying when it comes to our men that's in the military, mine have received the Moderna. I would not get the Johnson & Johnson. That's just me. All of us right now, we know about this medical field. But I feel like the way that I went Pfizer was the way to go. So ladies, I want y'all to know, I've had a marvelous time together with you both. It means so much that y'all took the time out to join me all the way from South Carolina and North Carolina. Tamika, exercising with RJ prior to acceptance. You did good, girl. That's a major coup coming from bronze. Beth, you're supporting both Kyle and Megan. Dreams, soldiers, nursing. You get your coups as well. Go ahead, ladies. Talk to me.
Yes.
I see smiles instead of tears. That's a blessing. But I got something for you. Before we go, I have a Marine on the line that would like to give us some encouragement as far as what I call my quote of the day.
I am a Marine veteran. My name is John Divock from West Norwich, New Jersey. This is for bronze. The best support system and ally I've ever learned and believed in is God. One thing that connects all who have served this country is selflessness. The definition of the word is why we fight and die for freedoms that so many people in the world may never experience due to fear. Unfortunately, the cost of freedom bears a heavy price. God bless the fallen and this country. Semper Fidelis.
And ladies, I want y'all to know it was not easy getting a Marine to speak. And I think you know why. With everything that just recently went on with Kabul, the Marine was not easy. Every Marine that I approached was very emotional, but that one wanted everybody to know the importance of supporting your soldiers. So with that being said, just know at some point in time, if you are military connected, then you too will be a part of this group. I put this out here and hopefully we'll gather more women, we'll gather more men that are proudly serving our soldiers. And guess what? I hope and pray that you ladies come back and join me again. Is it anything that you'd like to say, either one of you, on behalf of a new mother that's getting ready to be in your position, be in your shoes and your boots, as you say? Go ahead.
Just be there for your child. Support them. Listen to them. And if that's what their heart is telling them to do, no matter how hard it is for you, you've just got to be there and support them and put on a face. You cry in the bathroom by yourself when nobody's around.
I'm just glad you're strong.
Yes. We as mom always have to be strong for one another and be strong for our children. Thank you. Thank you so much, because I really feel relieved. Thank you so much for having me on this talk show,
God,
because I
Jesus.
feel relieved. Instead of talking to my coworkers or they finding me in the car by myself, just crying or either in the bathroom stall. I mean, it takes everybody. And, it doesn't matter where you're at or what state that you're in. You can come out and just talk to anybody, because it makes me feel so much better. Just like I really feel better tonight that I talked about it again.
God, Jesus.
And I mean, it's been 2 years, but every time I talk about it, I feel even better.
I am just so excited. You just don't know. I was like, what can I do to help the military mothers, fathers? What can I do? So it was a blessing bringing you two on the show. I mean, I'm just delighted. And guess what? I want y'all to come back again. Do not be a stranger. Got one from Florida, got one from South Carolina, got one from North Carolina. But honey, guess what? We all in this thing
together. All in this together.
God bless all of them and thank them for their service.
I'm going to see Kyle soon. What's his name? Kyle. I'm going to see him soon. Like, Kyle, I know your mom.
His name is Richard Kyle Dean Williamson, but we call him Kyle because there's too many Richards.
Oh,
okay.
So that's where he gets the name from. So every time I call him Kyle, people's looking at me like, who's that? And I'm like, Richard. And they're like, Richard, but you called him Kyle.
So North Carolina, RJ. Who is RJ?
He's junior. He's a junior. Rondo Shondale Hardy Jr. So RJ. So I had to get Yusuf Hardy, which his dad was military as well. Okay. So everybody was like, Specialist Hardy. I'm like, what are you talking about? Oh, that's RJ. So I really had to get used to that too.
So did you serve as well, Mama?
I didn't. Okay. I stood by, and I was married to a soldier for 16 years or so. And I really believe that RJ is gonna, follow in his dad's footsteps and just go from there.
Amen. And did you serve over here in South Carolina?
No, I did not, and I didn't come from a military. Well, my grandmother's brother was military, but no, I did not serve on there. And I was pretty shocked when Kyle told me that he wanted to do this, and I said, "You sure? If that's what you want, we'll go for
it." Look at all the support. Well, once again, I want everybody to know this show was all about us and our children. We have all proudly served. Ladies, I want you to keep in touch. Remember again, # we're all in this together. We see you next Monday night. Everybody, my Bronze Beauty at 8 p.m. Lord's will here on GKI Radio. Go ahead, North Carolina.
Mooches. Love you guys. Mwah.